if you feel like I feel, I got the antidote. Women wave your pantyhose, sing the chorus, and it goes.
I'm the real penny, yes, I'm the real penny. All you other Peter pennies are just imitating. So won't the real Peter penny please stand up? Please stand up. Please stand up. I'm the real penny, yes, I'm. We're back. Sorry for the delay. I usually don't do videos Mondays anyway. Threw up that one on Sunday, just last minute, off the cuff. Really wasn't expecting to do it at all. But I do whatever I can, whenever I can. I chose that opening strictly because I got my hair dyed today. And, I didn't really want to admit this to anybody, especially 1,180 people that I don't even really know that well. But I also got my eyebrows waxed. Now, you might say, oh, well, you're gay as hell. And I would say usually you are correct, because that is a very gay thing to do. But when it's offered for free, you do it, okay? And it's actually quite nice. Do I really care about my eyebrows that much? No. Do I even look at my eyebrows? No. But it actually, it really lightened my face up a little bit. So if you're a guy out there, and you don't struggle with your sexuality, and you're at a haircut place next time, say, hey, why don't you throw in a free eyebrow wax? You might like it. And if you do, don't worry. You don't have to wear skirts. You don't have to put on makeup. You don't have to wear your wife's underwear. You can get your eyebrows done, and you could say, well, Peter Penny does it too, okay? And trust me, I have more testosterone running through my body than a goddamn clinic. So we're going to go over the charts right into it today. Some days I'm not going to have time to really give any type of lessons. That's going to be more for the weekend. I did recently get suspended on StockTwits, of course, because I called the MONI CEO a scam artist or a scumbag, which he is. Basically destroyed all shareholder value within just one short year. But no, you can't say anything like that. Now, you can tell people that the short squeeze of the century is coming and tell them to buy into a stock up 1,400%. But God forbid, if the stock's down on the ground, you say, oh, wow, this CEO hasn't performed. Okay, but you see how censorship can be a problem. It's something we're dealing with not only in the stock market, but socially as well. I can't go off on too many tangents here. I can't make this an hour-long video. I got to get right done this so I can get some food in me, go back to the gym, and keep that blood flowing. So we got AXXA as our first stock. This was one of my top 3 picks this weekend. It did have a pullback to this middle line, has given people the chance to enter. If I am telling you, it's the pick of the week, it means for that week. I think that if you are able to scale in or you buy in at whatever range you think, I just think that this has a very good opportunity, if bought this week, to run and run hard. Why? Because there's 3 acquisitions in the pipeline, whatever. This doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they sell socks or if they sell Mars rocks, or if they literally take people to Mars, or they literally explore the sun. It doesn't matter what they do. They could literally have worm farms. And I'd be like, oh, how much are the shares? Oh, when is the pump coming? I'll buy the rumor and I'll sell the news. It doesn't matter. That's why you don't have to look into the DD that much. Just know when the rumor is happening and know when the news is coming. You buy a week before, you sell during that rush. This one has promised news. It's had a very solid pullback, giving people the chance to enter under 6. I do think that within a week or 2 weeks, if you hold this for 3 weeks, you just wait. You wait for that news to start to cycle out, and I think you're going to easily be able to break above the 7s and head to 1 at least, maybe even 115, which is a double from here. I'm trying to get you guys into plays, maybe not value plays, but plays that are at the bottom with news coming, so you can get that rumor chugging, and then you could dump that news. That's pretty much what penny market is. I just got off the phone with a friend of mine, which we'll go over RSHN in a minute, but he's been a long-term shareholder of RSHN, really good, really smart guy. I could say that he's probably one of the few that know the back ends of the penny market like I do. So we had a really productive discussion about how to trade these things, etc., and what really is going on behind the scenes. I can't wait for this documentary to come out. I got to get off that. I got to get back to the stocks, but just know that these things are meant to be traded, folks. Don't believe that these acquisitions are going to be the next big thing. Don't believe that they're going to take the stock to the promised land, take them to NASDAQ, going to get the shorts that are trapped to squeeze it to $6. It ain't going to happen. You could buy that, you could do that, but you'll be out of money before you hit a jackpot. So feel free, but on this page, we take gains, we take them frequently, we sell relentlessly, we don't listen to pumpers, we don't listen to people that are promoting the stock, because half of those people are paid. There's a lot of guys out there with 50,000 subs on YouTube that are taking money from companies just to pump them, but you know, that's neither here nor there. That's something that you need to learn on your own, or you can listen to me and listen to wisdom, realistically. This next one is IMP. This is one that I called out. Had a beautiful pullback to fill that gap today. I should have looked at it a little bit better. I didn't realize that it was right there at 19. I'm hoping to get in right above that tomorrow at like 19.3 now that I see that that gap is filled. I think this is going to keep on this trend line, but I think it's really going to start to test 23 again pretty hard, 24 in that range. And I think it easily breaks above 30, might have a run to like 36, 37, 38, somewhere in that range, which is, again, is one of my top picks. And the reason is because I think if held long enough through these ups and down swings, if you just buy it and you hold it and set your sell above 30, you're going to get a double. And that's what you look for. You look to double your investment if you can. VNTH, was my third one. Now, this thing is shaping up really, really nicely. Had a couple taps at 8 today, showing that it wants to turn to the upside, riding down on this middle orange band, just getting tapped, 70 million shares on the bid. It's not going to get pushed through. I highly doubt it. The CEO is coming out of a dormant stage where he was silent for quite some time. He's mentioned on the 23rd that the silence will be evaporated shortly enough, and that seems to be coming into fruition now. I think that any type of news article, I think this has another day or two of consolidation, then you get the other half of the W, and I think you push up towards 16, 17, 18, again, a double from the current price, even more than that, but maybe sell 14 just to be sure. We're going for doubles on my picks of the week. I'm not going for like something that's going to be happening that day because, you know, I don't want to get you caught into FOMO and into a rush. APRU, another one that has woken up recently, has always continuously been a scam for years and years and years. But, you know, they're always telling a story. There's always some, you just wait for them to go dormant for 3 years. They merge somebody else in, they start telling a story again, and it's the same old song and dance. Now, I don't really like this reversal candle here. I did watch it trade through the day, and it actually looked pretty strong. It's a thin stock, but you're pretty exhausted. I mean, you're overbought on every technical that I could see, at least the technicals that I use. It just looks, this is a bearish candle, given the fact that at a lower low, it wasn't able to press above the high, and now it closed at the bottom of the body from the day previous. Looks like it's probably going to come back down to this middle orange band at least, possibly back down to 19. You might be sitting here like, it's at 4-1, there's no way. Welcome to penny stocks, people, because you get any type of delay in news, the fickleness out of the penny stock market and the investors involved will come out, and you will get a dump down. Then you'll get the fear selling into my bids at 2, and then it'll go up again, and I'll be selling, 10 ticks above it. So that's how the game is played. Don't get chased into the top. Don't feel like you're going to miss out if you don't buy it because everybody else is excited. Harness that. Drown the noise. Harness the excitement. Keep your emotions in check. Moon equity looks incredible. Probably going to see some resistance at this previous resistance right here. If it does break through that tomorrow, you might be having blue skies for the foreseeable future. Again, another side of this W that could be formed quite shortly. It might run to 3. I think 3 is probably a good target. Currently at 13.3, or no, I'm sorry, 15.7. So a very good chance of seeing 100% from here because your technicals are not overcooked. It's a very thin stock, so be weary. Buy on the dip. Don't buy into hard ass hitting, in my opinion, because you might be like, damn, like 2 minutes later, you could have bought in at 12.5 and you bought in at 16. So just plan your buys in there as best you can. Wait for a dip and then get in. MASN. MASN also had a good day. This thing looks like it wants to come off the bottom. Looks like you're pretty much clear till 5, which isn't much more than this. Very, volume, but not a lot of volume. Like, that's why this chart looks a lot sexier than it is. If it had more volume, I'd be more intrigued. But your technicals aren't necessarily overbought. It's just that, you know, this is, again, is a very thin stock. You don't want to be buying too high on things like this because you can lose 20, 30% in a couple sells. You want to try and catch these on the first day and then be able to be in the driver's seat when it does hit 5. And that's when everybody else is looking to sell, because trust me, they might tell you that they're not, but they are. VPLM. Somebody brought this up in his alert, and I agree with them. It is coming back down to this first level of resistance, which is actually pretty bullish. They might oversell it another day, but this would be a good buy-in if you were looking to get into the stock. But again, just for a flip, no penny stock to me is a long hold, like almost like ever. And when I say long hold, I mean like 4 months. I'm not even talking about like 2 years. You got to be out of your mind. I mean, but some people like to do that. That's fine. But like, good luck. That's all I got to say about that. But this is at a previous line of resistance, which has now become support. Your technicals are turning down, which isn't great. I want to see some type of support here. I want to see some type of bottom formed. Give me something concrete as like in a few days of consolidation at this support, and then I'll be looking to buy. GFAI. One that ran incredibly the other day and then absolutely got tanked, which is another good example of why we don't chase FOMO, because, you know, absolutely incredible pop. Somebody came on my board, Randy Gonzalez, said GFAI $100 tomorrow. Here's the thing. I mean, first of all, great call. I mean, I think they were going through a reverse split, whatever. This thing had a day. I mean, it ran like 140%. So amazing call on that. But let's not get carried away with this $100 stuff. I don't know if you're just saying that to pump on my page. I don't know if you're just saying that because like you want it to look better than it is. But not $100, dude. And the reason why I say that is because I hope you sold. I hope you didn't actually believe that it was $100 and you were going to hold for that, because, dude, like when you get 134% in a bear market, you must sell. You must sell something. If you hold on to everything, that's not good trading. That's just strictly not good trading. If you're up 134% and you sell half and it runs to another 1,000%, you made the correct trade. I don't care what anybody says. And you're going to sit there and be like, well, I could have done this, then I could have done that. Well, you still made the correct trade, if that makes sense. So hopefully you sold out, Randy, because, I mean, I don't know where this is going to go from here, but wildly just an incredible run. You basically wiped out an entire month of red candles just in one day. So remember that a lot of bag holders are going to be wanting to get out. The people that bought higher are going to be like, wow, thank God it actually went to my average so I could sell. That's what you're seeing here, and I wouldn't expect to not see another day of selling off. AMIH. I mean, yeah, I mean, this will be ready eventually. You're going to need volume. This is like, hopefully this was a front load. You get this W formation. Now you got to get some news coming out, get some interest back in the stock, get the price moving in the right direction, break above penny 3, and you might be running pretty tough at that point. And that is, you know, a pretty significant rise from here. Seems like a thin stock. Technicals look good. So, you know, we'll have to keep a close eye on that one. HNRC. Oh, man, this one has been falling off the wagon for sure. But now you are actually at this previous support. It looks like it might be now. Hopefully it doesn't, for people involved, it doesn't come back and double bottom at like 6 cents. I mean, that would be a pretty tremendous sell-off from here. I'm not in love with the technicals. This guy has been talking about doing dividends for quite some time. Not saying that it doesn't happen this time, but if history tends to repeat itself, it will repeat itself, and it won't happen. But we'll have to see what's going to happen with that. Hopefully they at least hint at it, say, oh, they're coming in another week, to get people, the price coming back up again, because right now it's kind of just floundering down there. MWWC. This one looks good. I mean, Kind of reminds me a lot of VNTH. VNTH is more like kind of in this stage, though. I think it's going to go through this and it's going to flag even more. But either way, with this bad boy, I mean, your technicals never are turning back up, which is a good sign. Didn't have a tremendous amount of volume, but also didn't have a little bit of volume. $60,000, not terrible. This one could easily start to get and push up again. So keep an eye on that one. This one has been consolidating in this range for quite some time. It might be finally ready to go again. Just going to need some news, just like every other penny stock out there. IGPK. But when you get news at the bottom, like where MWWC is, you could be in good shape. IGPK, not in love with this pullback, but I also don't hate it. Higher, low, good consolidation up here. It is a red candle. The company is very vocal, very pumpy, which is a good thing to me because that's what I want when I'm trying to sell the stock. But this is a long-term resistance right here. If you follow it across these candles, you can see that it pretty much rides right up to that. I would be looking for more of a buy-in close to 16 on a pullback or a break of 2.4. If it starts to break above 2.4, 2.5 with volume, I'll get in there for as well. Try and sell 3.5 or something like that. But until then, 2.4 break buying, 13 to 16 buying on a pullback. FLCX. Wow. Gorge. Wow, it went all the way to 350. My friend was showing me this at $2. Fuck. Oh well, you can't win them all. But it's overbought now. Look how everything's starting to fill these W's out. So that's why I try and find one that hasn't filled out yet. But yeah, this thing looks really good. I mean, you broke resistance, so I can't say that it's going to pull back right now. But your technicals are getting hot. So you just got to keep the volume coming in. You got to keep the interest there. Just don't be the last one playing musical chairs because it's a very thin stock and can dump on a dime. TTCM. Yeah, I mean, I was telling you guys a while ago, damn, I wish I would have bought into this. I was saying, okay, back here, I was like, sell it. Especially when you got this right there. I was like, all right, it's done, sell it. Then when it started to get into this range, I said, buy it. This is what you guys got to do. You can't be buying up here and selling down here and then being like, oh, I got to get back in. And then it dumps it dude. But this thing closed very strong. I think that it's going to flag. I think that you might have another day, might push you to 14. We'll have to see how the volume looks tomorrow. But your technicals look good. You had an extreme amount of volume today on an 8K. So hopefully that continues for everybody involved. But make sure that you're selling a pop in the morning tomorrow because, what looks good in the moment might look like shit in 2 hours. INCC. Holy frig mother. Oh, yeah. Oh, baby. This was coming from one, so, it's up 200%. Very heavy volume. I mean, heavy volume for this stock, which it must be a pretty thin stock because 205 million to move it 200% from trip one is actually pretty spectacular. This thing is just, I guess, I don't know if something's really starting to come out good about it. This could be another boomer. But I got to see more what's going on with the company. If you know anything about this company, please leave it in the comments. It was brought to my attention by a friend of mine. I don't really know much else about it other than this thing looks like it might be heating up. Make sure that you're watching this whole show because you might miss something that you want to buy. I'm not suggesting really anything. I'm just trying to show things that are obviously getting some type of momentum that you could use as a trader. It doesn't mean you got to buy them or you got to sell them or whatever. If I'm bashing a stock, it's just the chart doesn't look good. If I'm pumping a stock, it just means the chart does look good. Doesn't mean that the price is 100% going to go up. God, I wish it was that easy. Now this is BFRG, had an insane day today. Pretty good. Look, W formation again. Very odd technicals. It looks like a new IPO or something. It had an insane day from the other day from 328 all the way to $9. Just got to find these ones these days. Now, you're probably going to fill this gap tomorrow. In my opinion, you might not. I mean, maybe all the sellers are out. But keep an eye on that one. Obviously, having volatile moves and can be traded very easily. Not easily, but, it can be traded. Just don't get sucked into the top. AI had a pretty bad shave off today. Man, this one wanted to break out. See, this is called a false breakout where you break above the resistances, but then it just says no. I don't know what they came out with, but they drove it right back into this middle band. The technicals are turning down, not looking great for that, but you need to get some stability here. I'm not exactly sure what came out, but it couldn't have been good to drop that big off of a breakout or a potential breakout. AMC. I mean, look, guys, I told you if you're watching this and you're in AMC, I literally said to sell or to buy at 4. And then I said to sell at, where's my pen? Unbelievable. It's going to piss me off. There it is. I knew it was like in my vicinity. Okay, so AMC. I told you to buy 4 back here, and I said make sure you're selling up here. I was like, you got to be careful of this. Now, it did false breakout as well. Honestly, it looked pretty good the past couple of days. But I said that this middle band, unless you get a break above that pretty hard and a break above this, which honestly, if I would have sold this other day, I wouldn't have said it was a bad buy. The chart looked perfectly fine. But again, I'm not going to lie. I did say buy 4 and sell 5. That's a good enough gain from AMC. AMC is not going to short squeeze. It already did that. It wasn't even short. Maybe it was shorts, but whatever it was, that thing's already been done. Okay, you're done with that. Like, get over the short squeeze thing. When I hear short squeeze getting pumped on a ticker, I sell the stock immediately. I don't buy it. Like, that's always the telltale sign that it's ran its course. But this thing now, yeah, it came down 23%, was down even more on the day at one point. It's AMC, bro. I live in LA. I live right near one of the most famous AMCs, in LA Live. It's one of the biggest ones. No one's ever there, dude. Nobody goes to see the Hunter woman or being black in America. Like, nobody's going to see that, dude. Not even black people. It's just the movies suck. They're trash. There's nothing good out. The only reason why The Whale won so many awards, and yes, I saw it, and it was great acting. But I realized, I'm like, oh, no wonder it won so many awards. It wasn't his acting, even though it was great. It was the fact that they bashed the Bible in it 24/7. It's just, no, Hollywood's done. Nobody pays attention to it anymore. They think that they're hot shit. Nobody cares about Hollywood anymore, just like people are starting not to care about sports anymore, but can't get political on this page, or they'll shut me up just like they shut a lot of people up that trying to tell any type of truth. Either way, AMC, you're done. Okay, you're done. You're done. Okay, you're done. Okay, you're done. DBMM, why not? Where is that at? Yeah, guys, another stock that I said all the way back here, I said this thing is about to go on a downtrend. You're going to have a lack of news. People are going to get uninterested. You're going to go through some swings on the downfall. And maybe you're at another part where you could potentially buy here and sell at 6, 9, 7. Okay, you could scalp this for gains. But, dude, when you buy into this and you hold for this long and you don't sell and now you're just down 60% after holding for 3 years, that is the typical penny stock story. I don't care what you want to say about it. I don't care what you've ever done in your life. If you won a jackpot, good for you. I'm talking about in general here, and in general, if you hold any penny stock more than a day, you're screwed, let alone 2 years. Is that all I'm going to do today? GROV looking good. GROV looks very good here. It looks like it wants to push off this bottom 50 cents. Looks like a potential for, 62 is going to be your first stop. Yeah, that looks like resistance about 60. You're at 50, but you might start turning up here. You might start getting hot. We'll have to track this one, see how the volumes is supported, but this one's definitely one to keep your eye on, GROV. GZIC also. GZIC looks very, very good down here. Very low volume, so don't let that falsify anything, but it definitely needs volume to come in. But as far as the technicals look, it looks like it might be at bottom and ready to turn up. Another thin stock that it tends to go in these little spurts. So, you know, you might be close to another side of this W. I can't tell you when it's going to happen, but it does look pretty enticing. DVLP. Good day today. Low volume, 8 million, but it did get through some shares. Seems like consolidation might be finally over. Watch for this to break, realistically, break and hold above 5 for any type of continuation. You know, there's a lot of people in the stock that thinks it's the best thing that's since sliced bread. And, dude, it's your money. You do with it as you please. But, you know. Whatever they're telling you is probably, in fact, 99% definitely bullshit. So just saying. It's like, it's not even that I'm just saying. Like, I'm correct. GSTC looked pretty good today. Had a 50%, or no, where'd it go? 20% move, was over penny at one point, was watching it up there, and I was like, yeah, I'm not buying that. Because penny always seems to be but it is trying to break out of this downtrend. It could very well go in a continuation tomorrow. And if you break above these levels of resistance, you could easily be looking at 2.5 pennies. And you're currently at 8.6. It could be a wild runner on this bad boy. What else got slammed today? And I really need to eat something. What's the worst loser? CDAK got murdered. It looked like it wanted to stabilize. No, bye-bye. Goodbye. See you in hell. All right, yeah. I mean, that's... Sorry, I'm actually going to put that on my list that I reviewed CDAK. And then last but not least, now this is what I'm going to be doing my documentary on. I cannot wait to start it. In fact, I already have. I've already come up with a lot of the ideas for at least the beginning. It's the reason why I had a 40-minute conversation with a friend today. He knows pretty much everything about what's been going on in that shell. So I've compiled a lot of DD against it, and God, this guy is one of the biggest scumbag scam artists I've ever seen in my life, in my opinion, even though at this point it's like, is it even in my opinion? I could pretty much come out and state it as fact that he's a piece of shit scumbag. He's literally, okay, put it this way. I'm not even going to get too deep into it, because don't take my word for it. Watch the documentary, and it will be tagged as DD on the top of the iHub page. And wherever this guy goes for the rest of eternity, if he ever wants to be in the market, you're done. You're done, son. I'm going to be right on your ass, and I'm going to be reminding people through cinema of exactly what you did to shareholders in your last bullshit company. And oh, it's going to outline it so beautifully. It's going to be so perfect. Trust me. You really want to see it? No, you don't. It's your death wish. You're never going to be able to run a company again. You're going to be known as the piece of shit for the rest of your life. And I don't care. Sue me, dick. Sue me, dickhead. You're a scumbag. You're a snake oil salesman. You merged your company into a dead shell knowing it was a frickin' dead shell. Oh, man, I could go off. You know it was a dead shell. Okay, now you could sit there in plausible deniability. Oh, I didn't know about the shell. I only had lawyers and other people working for me, but I just bought it like I was buying candy from the corner store. I used to be a stock promoter myself. I know all about the game, but when I went to buy a shell with all my money supposedly, I didn't even care. I just bought it, and then, woe is me, I have no clue. What do you mean? There's cobwebs in it? The Golding brothers are known scammers indicted by the SEC, and those are the guys that sold it to me? Duh! Why me so dumb? Because you knew the whole fucking time, dick! You knew the whole fucking time. And it pisses me off because I know people invested in that company, and you're lucky if I don't come to your church in your hometown with a bullhorn and scream to everyone in that frickin' community of how big of a scumbag you are, and I'm thinking about it. Oh, I'm thinking about it. So keep your eyes over your back, son. Keep your eyes over your back, because I'm coming through you, I'm coming for you, and it's going to be on TV, it's going to be on the internet, it's going to be everywhere. You will not be able to escape it. I don't care what it does, and I don't care if people don't want me to do it either. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to do it real good. It's going to win goddamn awards at the Sundance fucking film festival. You piece of shit scumbag. You'll never be able to walk alone again, because I'll be there. I'll be there rent free in your goddamn head.